ticks toward a government shutdown, how it could impact you.
And we have a lot of sunshine out there to start off our day today, but are we going to be dry all weekend? And what about next week? We'll talk about that coming up.
And birthday celebrations for former President Jimmy Carter today, how you can take part in the festivities. We'll get to those stories and much more coming up this Saturday, September 30th, 2023.
11Alive News Weekend Mornings starts now.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Latasha Givens in for Christy Diaz. We woke up to a beautiful fall morning, but will it last all weekend? Let's head over to meteorologist Andrew Wilson. Good morning, Andrew.
Good morning, Latasha. You know, it is just stunning out there. You'd love to see all the sunshine. Temperatures were in the 60s early on, but we've now had those temperatures rise back up into the 70s in many spots, and they're going to be rising into the 80s here as we head throughout this afternoon. Look at all that sunshine out towards the Georgia Tech campus. Of course, Georgia Tech going to be playing at 3:30 today. Going to be beautiful weather out there. Again, those temperatures rising into the 80s out towards the airport. Maybe you're flying out of town this weekend. It is going to be absolutely beautiful out there. No delays expected at the airport. Of course, you don't have to travel far for nice weather. You could stay right here in North Georgia. Maybe you're going to head up towards the Truist Park area, up there towards Circle 75 Office Park. You notice everything sunny and absolutely stunning. Temperatures again sitting in the 60s, already at 73 though in Atlanta, 55 up towards Blairsville and Clayton. We move throughout this afternoon. All this sunshine continues to stick around. We get no chance for rain, and those temperatures, they rise into the 80s. Now, if you download that 11Alive app, you hit that daily tab, you're going to see that as we head into next Friday, those rain chances are going to return, and then we're also going to get a big cool down possibly by the time we head into next weekend. That 11Alive app can be really useful to have in your back pocket so you can find out exactly what's going to be happening here throughout the next week. We're going to talk more about how much rain we're actually expecting this week, because remember, we now have some drought that we're dealing with in parts of North Georgia, as well as how cool we may get next weekend coming up.
All right, thanks, Andrew. We have some breaking news to share. You're taking a live look at the backup right now from a fatal crash on I-285 eastbound. It's been shut down for hours now before Bouldercrest Road after several vehicles were involved in a crash. DeKalb Fire officials tell us at least 2 people have died and several people are hurt. This is a look at that traffic backup. It's been like this for hours now. Work crews are working to get it cleaned up and the road reopened. We'll keep you updated on 11alive.com throughout the morning. And this morning, a story you'll only see here on 11Alive. New efforts to clean up Camelot Condominiums. For years, we've reported about the murders, shootings, and assaults at the complex. And now city leaders say they want to redevelop part of that land and revitalize those homes. 11Alive's Dawn White is in South Fulton with those details.
A fire destroyed the building that was on this lot in 2020 here at the Camelot Condominiums. The HOA president tells me tentative plans are to build senior housings over there on that space, as well as retail development throughout the complex. Carmen Lovejoy Brown has lived at the Camelot Condominiums for quite some time.
It's been 39 years. It was beautiful, quiet, peaceful.
But things have changed over the years. According to the City of South Fulton Police, 15 homicides have happened at Camelot since 2019, 6 this year alone. But homeowners like Carmen hope the revitalization plans can clean up the community she loves.
Anything that's going to help us, because we're older, we don't have money to go someplace else. I just want to continue to keep living here in Camelot.
Councilman Corey Reeves and HOA President Tabitha Rose say the board would also try to get grants to improve existing condos.
It will bring that freshness back to Camelot. We have seniors that have been there for years. You know, that is not our intention to tear anything down or to move anyone out.
This is one of the highest priorities, and I'm just going to say that everybody's going to be pleased with the proposal, because it's a win-win for everybody involved.
Most of the homeowners I spoke to say they'd give the proposal the green light.
I would vote yes if it's going to benefit the current situation, because apparently by looking at the neighborhood, you can tell that it's been a long time since anything's really been done to it, and the money has to come from somewhere.
I will vote if it makes sense. And the reason why I would do it is because I do want to see our community come back. I do want to see us be a great community again.
The next step is to get a vote from homeowners, and if they approve it, development is expected to be completed within 2 years. In the city of South Fulton, Dawn White, 11Alive News.
Thank you, Dawn. Firefighters in Atlanta can soon expect upgrades to their stations. Work is set to begin next month on improvement projects for 17 of the city's 36 stations. The focus will be on kitchens, bathrooms, and living spaces. More than $1.6 million are set aside for these improvements. The funds were unanimously approved by Atlanta City Council. And let's take a live look at Capitol Hill, where time is running out for Congress to prevent a government shutdown. Right now, federal employees, military members, and frontline service workers are sitting in limbo, waiting to find out if they'll go to work on Monday. Now, here's an overview on how the shutdown could affect you. Funding for SNAP and WIC benefits will be at risk. It could also put on hold any infrastructure or transportation projects underway in your neighborhoods. And if you are headed out of town, more flight delays are possible due to TSA and air traffic controller shortages. We have all the details on how the shutdown can impact you on 11alive.com. He served as the 39th president of the United States from 1977 to 1981. And this weekend, James Earl Carter Jr. is celebrating a major milestone. He turns 99 years old tomorrow. My goodness. 11Alive's Erica Murphy is live from the Carter Center, where a huge celebration is planned for President Carter today. Good morning, Erica. How exciting.
Good morning, Latasha. How exciting. That's truly right. I mean, what has he seen living to be 99 years old? Now, President Jimmy Carter is a beloved man here in Georgia, partially because he has dedicated most of his life to public service. Now, President Carter, before he became president, he served a few terms as a Georgia state rep and then went on to become governor. Today at noon, the Carter Center here in Atlanta will hold a birthday celebration for the elder statesman. It's a day ahead of his 99th birthday. Organizers have some very, very cool things planned, including an interactive birthday mosaic, a birthday cake, and food trucks on site. The reason for the bumped up party has to do with the looming government shutdown that could happen as soon as Sunday. This center is run by the federal government and would have to shutter its doors if lawmakers cannot agree to a deal by midnight. Now, I spoke to a local historian, Michael Hobson, about Carter's impact on the region, and he said the former president's impact is wide-ranging.
Carter did a lot of good things. And one of them was the creation of there was a particular tax incentive, the Georgia Digital and Music tax incentive that attracted anyone that was interested in producing film or music. It attracted them to come to Georgia. Well, what happens with this is on the state level, Jimmy Carter presents that idea. And some of the movies that came from that are like the movie Deliverance.
Now, today's birthday celebration kicks off at noon, and admission is just 99 cents for anyone who'd like to come out to the Carter Center and participate in that. There will actually be another birthday celebration tomorrow. That's if that shutdown doesn't happen, and that is actually Jimmy Carter's actual birthday, October the 1st. Reporting from Atlanta, Erica Murphy, 11Alive News.
All right, thank you, Erica. And let's take a live look at that traffic backup on I-285 eastbound. This is right now. All lanes remain closed this morning. We'll keep you updated on 11alive.com as crews work to clean up after that fatal crash. And this morning, there are some traffic changes to know about this weekend. Atlanta's own traffic expert, Crash Clark, has more on what to expect.
It is going to be a beautiful Saturday. Get off the couch. You know who else is going to be out there? GDOT. We got big changes. Pay attention if you travel 400 northbound from Buckhead into Sandy Springs, because as of Monday, big changes to the transformed 285 400. This is impacting 400 northbound, the ramps to 285 east and westbound. What's going to happen? You need to exit 1 mile sooner. They're going to get you in one of those collector distributor lanes. Then you will do your exiting to 285 east and westbound. Not going to impact the Glen Ridge connector ramps. Those are going to stay the same. But if you travel 400 northbound, say you're going from Buckhead up to Sandy Springs and you want to hit the perimeter, you've got to get over to the right, get into that designated lane. Then you can go ahead and do your thing. You can either go 285 east, take the circle that I do, 285 westbound. That little tiny slip ramp, that'll still be open, but that just puts you on 400 northbound. Don't get fooled. I travel this twice a day. I have a feeling I'm going to miss it a few times. Okay, while we're in Sandy Springs, let's not forget Mount Vernon shut down over 285 for an extended period of time. Herds Ferry to Riverside in either direction will get you around all of that. And there's big reason you need to pay attention to it, because the Bluestone Arts and Music Festival right there at City Hall in Sandy Springs continues today, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Check out citysprings.com/Bluestone, and they're going to shut down Mount Vernon from Roswell Road to Sandy Springs Circle. So it is going to be a busy, albeit fun time right in my backyard. All right, Georgia Tech Bowling Green, that's today, Bobby Dodd Stadium, kicking off at 3:30. RamblinRec.com for your tickets and info. Get out there and root on your Yellow Jackets. And while that's happening, the big Sweet Auburn Music Festival continues. This is all weekend. 320 Irwin Street if you need that for your GPS. But remember, parking is very limited in the Sweet Auburn district. May want to consider MARTA. This is a free event. SweetAuburnMusicFest.com for all that info. And remember, please watch your speed in all those GDOT work zones. We'll give you any updates as they happen at 11alive.com. Now get off that couch.
Thanks, Crash. And there's so much to do this weekend. Andrew, will the weather line up with all these outdoor festivities that people are expecting?
Latasha, it is. It's going to be absolutely beautiful out there this weekend. No matter what you're doing, get outside. It's going to be stunning. Right now, a lot of people are already out in downtown Blue Ridge. That's not a bad place to be. Temperatures are in the 50s up there right now. You see a few people out there, and I don't see as many jackets as what I saw last week. Remember, last weekend it was really cool out there. But still a few people out there just trying to stay warm. They probably got a nice hot cup of coffee there from one of the nice shops in downtown Blue Ridge. Taking a look across the region, you also see out towards Truist Park, beautiful blue sky overhead, nice and quiet out at the airport, and beautiful out towards Georgia Tech's campus for their big game today. Anybody out there tailgating early, it's a great start to the day. It's going to be a great afternoon, but a little warm. Those temperatures are going to be rising into the 80s. Right now, we are sitting in the 70s to 60s, 50s though for Clayton and Blairsville. Everybody else in the 60s with the exception of Atlanta sitting at 73. Not seeing any rain out there. Everything that you're seeing here, these are just false returns from the radar here earlier on this morning. As we head throughout today, we're barely going to have any clouds out there. You see that across the southeast, we have those drier conditions. Once you get down towards the peninsula of Florida, you're starting to see a little bit more shower activity there, especially once you get north of the Cape Canaveral area, closer on towards Daytona Beach. You're also seeing a lot of shower and thunderstorm activity just off the Big Bend of Florida. That's going to kind of stay out there. So it's going to be dry for us today. It is going to be nice and sunny, and it's also going to be nice and sunny down towards Auburn. If you're traveling for the big game today, UGA taking on Auburn. The Bulldogs set to kick off there around 3:30, and you see that they're going to have a lot of sunshine. Those temperatures rising into the 80s for high, so it will be a little bit warm, kind of similar to what we have here today in Atlanta. Forecast track shows for today, again, temperatures into the 70s by the time we get to 11:30 a.m. into the 80s here as we head into this afternoon, lower to mid 80s. That's just above average for this time of year. And then we're back down into the 60s when you wake up here on Sunday at 7:30 a.m. Moving into the afternoon on Sunday by 5:30, temperatures back into the lower 80s. It is going to be a little cooler for Sunday, but still temperatures will be just above average for this time of year. That's going to be the trend here as we head throughout this next week. Temperatures just above average there for highs, lower to mid 80s. We should be right at 80 degrees, but again, just a couple degrees above average. We're not talking about anything too crazy, not any record-breaking heat. Something else that's going to happen throughout this next week is we're going to stay dry. Noticeably a lot of abnormally dry conditions across our region, even moderate drought in the far northwest Georgia. That updated with the latest drought monitor on Thursday. It's likely going to worsen because we have less than a quarter of an inch of rain expected throughout the next 7 days, our only rain chance in the whole 7-day forecast coming next Friday. Switching gears for the tropics, we have Tropical Storm Felipe out there. We also have Tropical Storm Rina. Neither of these storms are a threat to land, but we'll keep you updated on them. Only 4 names left on the list for the Atlantic hurricane season. Hopefully we don't have to use them. Activity typically calms down as we head throughout this time of year and get closer towards November 30th. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast, we have that one chance for rain. The rest of the week looking absolutely beautiful. Latasha?
Thanks, Andrew. This morning in our Hero Centro, we're highlighting a 5th grader at Varner Elementary School in DeKalb County who continues to be a positive light in his community. Now, we've told you about Takari Tatum's work before. He's been advocating for mental health among his peers. So he wrote a book called Snap It, which focuses on mental health through big life events. Now, Takari was inspired by the 11Alive book drive, so of course he decided to pitch in. Today, he organized a book drive to help collect books. It's going to be from 11:30 until 3 this afternoon at Bookworm in Powder Springs. And if you want to help out or bring new or gently used books to donate, guess what? You'll get a stress bracelet created by Takari himself. What a great kid. I feel like we're all friends with him now at this point.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy week 7 of Team 1-1. It is our last weekend of September, and believe it or not, the playoffs are actually right around the corner. We don't have any time to waste, so let's jump right into it with our game of the week. Battle of Roswell, Blessed Trinity hosting Roswell. Reggie Chapman was there.
It's our Team 1-1 game of the week, but some people were calling it the Region Championship. These two teams separated by just under a mile. Blessed Trinity hosting Roswell in a game of 2 4-1 teams looking to make a statement. We'll pick this game up second quarter, 13-7 Blessed Trinity before Dylan Williams goes up top for Roswell as his team retakes a 14-13 lead at the break. But in the third, Zion McKenzie, what a catch for Blessed Trinity. BT has the lead by 5, but in the fourth quarter, Roswell takes over this game. Sinquan Smith with the catch in the end zone for the touchdown makes it 22-19 after 2-point conversion. Then a little bit later, 4 left, Roswell drives the field, ends up back in the hands of Smith again, who punches it in to ice this game. 29-19 was your final.
You know, it's the mentality that I think we've been growing since the offseason, just trying to finish. Our mentality for the whole year has been to finish, and that probably exempts it right there. You know, we were down in the third quarter. We got to finish like that each week. Blessed Trinity is a fantastic team. They did a great job.
What did you kind of learn about your teams? That's something you knew they had in them, and I mean, to be able to do that on a stage like this.
Yeah, I mean, I'll trust those guys anywhere we go. You know, this team's been battle tested. They've been tested by the road, been tested by other opponents. They will fight till the end, regardless of what the score is. They will fight till the very end. So that doesn't surprise me that we fought to the end. They're a together group. They care about each other. They care about this program. They care about the community, and that's what gets us going. I'm super proud of them. It's a big program win.
Good stuff, Reggie. Thank you. The undefeated Mundy's Mill Tigers hope to keep their perfect record alive and well on the road at Jonesboro. Mundy's Mill ball, Donovan Morton scrambling, getting it out to Jerry Bolton in for the Tigers touchdown. Then later on, Morton with plenty of time back there. Seems to be a theme on Friday night. He finds Matthew Strickland in the back of the end zone. That's good for a touchdown, and the Tigers, they start to roll, but a Cardinals ball here. Montez Redding with a nice grab, beating out his defender for the Jonesboro touchdown. Tigers back in charge. Morton with the handoff to Trevino Burnett Jr. tricking out the defense and gets in for the touchdown. Mundy's Mill wins in this one, 36-28, the final. Another big one, a battle of two undefeateds, North Paulding at Walton, both trying to keep their magical seasons rolling. Walton 4-0 entering this game. First quarter, Walton in the red zone. Austin Williams getting the rock and goes 13 yards for the touchdown 2-point conversion, making it 8-0 Walton. Then North Paulding, they respond. Tyler Neer over the middle, hitting Javarius George. He had 2 guys trying to beat him out, but guess what? He did it all with his legs. 83 yards. Those defenders, they couldn't get to him. North Paulding, they get on the board. Second quarter, Jeremy Hecklinski, who was fantastic, keeping it himself, punching it in from a yard out, 17-7 Walton. The third quarter, Walton capitalizing off of another turnover thanks to their defense. Hecklinski, the quarterback, finding Hunter Teal in the end zone. Hecklinski with 5 TDs on Friday. Walton now 5-0. They win at 44-24 the final. Undefeated Cartersville traveling to Calhoun, who has not lost since week 1. Let's see if they can keep up that theme. Second quarter, Calhoun up 3-0 in the red zone. Caden Williams, he gets the rock and scampers to the outside, getting in for the short touchdown, 7-0 Jackets. Later in the second, Trey Townsend, he's scampering around back there from midfield. Guess what? He's got some time, sending it downfield to a waiting Cameron Penny, outrunning the entire defense down there. What a throw. What a touchdown. Calhoun up 17-0 at the half. Cartersville fighting back, one-score game, 17 seconds to go. That touchdown was as good as gold from Christian Lando. A walk-off touchdown for the Hurricanes, a comeback, and they win it very closely, 21-17, the final. All right, another big one. They're all over the place. Newton at Grayson. The Battle of the Rams, homecoming at Grayson. Nadia Young and Ali Baz, your king and queen. Back and forth matchup. Big play for Newton. Darren Benson to Keon Davis, giving the Newton Rams the lead in the fourth quarter. Now it's Grayson's chance. Quarterback Jeff Davis. Look at how much time this dude has. I seriously think it was 30 seconds. It felt like it anyway. This guy had so much time. Finally, he breaks free. And guess what? He gets a tough first down. Well earned, my friend. Comes down to this thing right here. Newton up 31-27. Fourth down. Davis in the end zone for the win. He's looking for somebody down there. He's going to go for it, but it gets knocked away. Oh, so close. Newton hangs on. What a close one. They remain undefeated, a 31-27 win over Grayson. So the Braves, they lose to the Nationals 10-6. 2 games left in the regular season. Can't believe I'm saying that. So it's almost playoff baseball time. Also, we got a big college football Saturday ahead of us. I'm going to head to Auburn, out to Jordan Hare for the Tigers and the Dogs. Reggie Chapman, he's got you covered here in the A with Georgia Tech, Bowling Green, and of course, Georgia State and Troy. We'll see you back here at 6 o'clock and 11 p.m. for all the highlights. A busy day, a busy weekend. You guys have a great day.
All right, thanks, Maria, and thank you for joining us. Remember, news continues always online at 11alive.com. Have a wonderful Saturday.